Okay, welcome to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy read. I hope everyone is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. Let me know if the reading resonates with you. All right, so we're gonna send this out again. Now I see my thumbnail this time. What the hell? I hope it stays. I see it this time. Okay, there you are. I didn't see you. Boy, the weirdos was coming in. I was like, help me, help. Oh, okay. I was just talking to Britt. I was like, she just liked it. Where is she? What happened to her? She said she probably sleep. I said, no, she ain't sleep. She is not sleep. All right. So thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for just being present, girl. All right. So listen. The where was I? Venus retrograde. That's where I was. Venus retrograde. Um, Trev just hit me up, but I can't hit her up. All right, make sure you like the live, please. Number one, share. Number two, and subscribe. Make sure when you subscribe, you ring that bell. That lets you know every time I'm on. If you just subscribe, thank you. But if you ring that bell, you can come back for more. You know what I'm saying? Because you get notified. All right, so we're gonna do live donation readings. We will do a collective. However, we're starting off with Venus in retrograde. So I'm just reading from Astro Matrix and adding my own inflections as we go along because I do have some um couple messages woven in between I'd like to share. All right. So I feel like Venus in retrograde is very important. This is coming for me. And it's coming it's important because we're getting ready to go through a period of 40 to 42-day period of reflection. Um I'm gonna have to pin that. Um a period of potential disillusion and illusions, right? But the thing is, we're kind of better prepared for it than maybe in the past because we've been through some things already, right? And with that being said, there's some things I feel like people going to be thrown some curveballs. There's going to be some returning energies. There's going to be some I don't want to let go, that kind of energy. There's going to be some, people from the past coming through. And you have to use your discernment with individuals that want to reappear in your life if this is what you want and if it's not what you want. And if you've already thought it through, can they Jedi mind trick you? You get what I'm saying? Are they able to penetrate your boundaries? Wait a minute. Hey, bite, I did not see you. All them bees look the same. Sorry. So, all right, let's get into this before my computer dies. So, every 18 months, Venus, Lady of Love, Beauty, and Pleasure, goes into retrograde, revisiting each zodiac. Okay. Every sign. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Revisiting each zodiac every 8 years between March 1st and April 12th. Her 40-day journey into the underworld and back into the light invites us to do our due diligence in the realm of relating, to review, renew, restructure, and recreate. It is time to check our values to see what's working and what's not. In the first and last signs of the zodiac, fiery Aries and sensitive Pisces, the shift will be palatable. Starting in Aries as the evening star, Venus' expression during the start of her retrograde is impulsive, fiery, and tempestuous. Planets in retrograde emphasize the sign's energy, often bringing out its shadow. Here, we are tasked to check any self absorption, to temper our enthusiasm, and remind ourselves that things don't have to happen right away. Patience is a virtue. Relationships may end or begin, yet to invest ourselves wholly in them, whatever their experience is pure folly. Once Venus resumes direct motion, our decisions are likely rewound and regrets experienced. So basically, don't rush headfirst into anything. Don't rebound. I feel like this is more like don't rebound into something head first. Be careful, okay? Slipping back into Pisces on March 27th, the emphasis shifts from selfishness to selflessness, sacrifice, projection, and fantasy. These are the shadows of Venus and Pisces. Both Aries and Pisces are idealistic, romantic signs that truly believe in happily ever after. Both can become disillusioned with the reality of real and messy relating. Mindfully removing our rose colored glasses and not swinging from rampant self absorption to rampant slavishness to the other is our Herculean task at hand. Yet we have the tools now. We know better. So listen, if you've been alive, right? So last year you experienced a lot with Neptune itself, just Neptune itself being in a retrograde. It ripped off the rose colored glasses, right? Hi, Ginger. So when we experience what we experienced with Neptune in retrograde, it definitely pulled off the rose colored glasses, it removed the veil, and you got to see people without their mask on. So those that were putting you in a they may basically gaslighting or lying to you about their true intentions, and you wanting it to be what you wanted it to be. That was the reality that came true. I should say came, oh, how do I put it this way, into the spotlight, put it that way. Like you can't unsee what you saw, right? So if you had an idealistic way of looking at some situation or some person, that idea you had, if it did not match that person, it was kind of ripped from you. It became so obvious and so painful that you couldn't look away. Like you could not unsee what you saw. All right, so Venus will unite with the sun in an inferior conjugation, no conjunction, excuse me, on April 2nd, moving into her morning star phase. A shift that will bring us from the symbiotic darkness into light. Venus sheds her Persephone like skin and blooms brightly. We shed our layers. Excuse me, we've shed our layers. We've moved through the twists and turns of relationship anarchy, of financial impulses, of value shifting. We emerge, excuse me, with a sense of what's truly important, what we truly love, and how to love better and more truly without tipping the scales too far on either side. We're ready to live and love more authentically. By April 12th, we are home free. So that means by April 12th to me means like once we get past this period and we really like, you know, accept the reality and surrender, we get to see what it is, and then we get to the other side. By April 12th, those disillusioned energies stop like trying to come for us, trying to blind us, trying to stop us, trying to slow us down. Like it can't, because we know better, right? Now, it behooves us to look back 8 years. So we're talking 2017, and 8 years back even further, 209, when 2009, when Venus was last retrograded Aries and Pisces. Her journey initiates a rose like shape, symbolizing the interconnection of each cycle, an invitation to go a layer deeper. We're not regressing. We are dropping in more and more. We are learning. Courage, bravery, and boldness are the highest expression of Aries. Forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional, non attached love. These are the gifts of Pisces. Let us lean in. Let us navigate our relationships with grace, inherent to the archetype of true love. Mm. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Black Cherry. So here's the deal. During this period, what we think love is going to be very important, I feel. What we think love is, what this didn't explain too is that there are certain restrictions that Saturn is going to impact this retrograde as well. But what we think love is going to become into the foreshadowed. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like something you're going to have to analyze whether you want to or not. You're going to have to come to terms with it. You're going to have to learn to accept something heavy. But in the realm of love, in the relationships and how you relate. So I would say this: the current energy that I've been picking up on is um parental relationships, right? But it doesn't have to be. It could also be relationships with a parent, meaning a baby mom, baby father, and that could be spouses too. I'm just saying somebody who carried your children. Um, how you idealize that person, is what you idealize true, or is it fantasy? And if you've broken up with this person, would you rekindle? Is it worth it or not? And more than likely, like she said in the article, we know better. So it's like, if this situation, whoever you're with, and during your period of clarity, you know better, this period here is going to challenge you. Do you really want to go down that road? If this person resurfaces, if this person pretends to change, or maybe they do change, I don't know, but you were clear about it before. Are you still clear? And I would suggest this: if you don't do shadow work, that's fine, but I would suggest you still get a journal, okay, and you write down how you feel about this person. And each day that you can remember to write, make sure you mark the date. Okay. So if this person comes in with the gaslighting, shit that you've heard before, with no change behavior, and you start to get nostalgic, you start to feel, that urge to reconnect with this person because, you might be uh-oh, what was that? Oh, my bracelet. You might be addicted to this relationship. Hey, lady. You might be addicted to this relationship, you know what I'm saying? Because you're codependent on that relationship. But you realize, okay, this relationship is not healthy for me, not healthy for my child, or whatever the case may be. Write down in that journal how you feel. Okay. And writing is actually better than typing. But if you have to type it to keep for privacy, do what you got to do. Because what you'll start to see is the mask fall off, and to the point where when you reflect back on what you wrote, on what they made you feel like that day, or what they did that day, that 42 day period, they're not going to be able to keep that mask on. They're not. And during that period, you're collecting your evidence, because when you start to get nostalgic and you start to feel like, yeah, this person, oh man, I remember the good times, or this feels like a good time, and oh man, this is it. No, I think I was about to leave, but maybe I should stay, or whatever you thinking that gives you that feeling. If you write down this cycle from beginning to end, I bet you're gonna see a whole picture. You might go through an entire cycle during this time. And then with that, you will start to understand, okay, the rose colored glasses came off before. They really gonna stay off now, because I don't wrote myself, You know what I'm saying? Like my godfather called it a crime file. It's a crime file. You need to have it on any relationship you got questions with. If you sitting there like, I don't know, this might not be, or you might be clear, at one point, yeah, I can't go back to that. I can't do that no more. Right? Well, if you can't do that anymore, what you need to be is very careful during this period because you know better. And you will have no one else, nobody to blame. You can't be a victim if you choose to rehash the cycle and go head first in it. And that's what she said. Don't do that. That will lead to regret and rewounding because I know what I got in them readings is somebody wants to stay becoming a wedge. They want to be a wedge for somebody. They don't want a third party. They don't want somebody to move on without them or move on in a way that they can't interfere with it. Okay? So keep that in mind. Hey sis, there you go. How you doing, boo? All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Share, share, share. Make sure you ring the bell every time I come on. All right, Spirit. We're going to start off with the collective. If you would like a live donation reading, please read the pinned comment instructions and we can go from there. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What they need to know. I'm using this self-love deck. I feel like that's appropriate for this Venus energy right now. I don't know what's going to come out, but we're going to see. And then I'll clarify with tarot or whatever else Spirit speaks to me with. Your purpose is joy. I love this deck. Tell me more, Spirit. I haven't used it in a minute. Listen to your body. Let me tell you something about listening to your body. Sometimes your body tells you before your mind can process what's really happening. You ever go and walk into an area, all of a sudden your head hurt. You don't smell nothing different. You drink some water that day. You just don't know what it is. Your head just hurt. You leave the area, you're fine. Or conversely, your stomach could hurt. Or something on your body alerts you that something's wrong. But then when you leave that area, the situation, the people, you're fine. Listen to your body. Tell me more, Spirit. Trust your intuition. Yeah. Listen to your body and trust your intuition. The body keeps the score. Speaking of listening to intuition in your body, I learned, I think I didn't realize this until my 20s, how strong my intuition is. It kept me alive, it kept me out of trouble. One day, I was on a train. I was heading to school in New York. I was attending, and I was cold. I had on a wool cape, but the wind kept whipping, so the cape was a nice heavy weight, but it kept whipping that cape up, and I was chilly. My hands was cold, and my head was cold, and I was like, I need a hat and glove set. Let me go get one. Now I mentioned this to y'all before, but I'm gonna mention it to you now because I trusted my intuition, and it kept me alive. I kept saying I gotta do this. My husband, I'm talking to him on the cell phone. He's like, make sure you get it. I said, yeah, I know exactly where to go. As soon as I cross the street, it's a store right there. I'm going to get it. So I did exactly that. I go in the store. I'm looking for the little $5 hats that they had them back in the day where you can get one from those street vendors. So I knew they had something like that in that store. I just never saw it. So of course, the expensive hats were in there. And in the front area. So when you walk in, it's the $70 hats, right? Hats I didn't have any interest in, Kangos, stuff like that. So I moved through the store and I get toward the end of the aisle and I see $15. I was like, I want the $5 hat. I want the little stretchy set because I got hats at home. I just wanted something right now and I didn't want to spend money. So I was getting ready to buy the little $15 hat and I was like, oh, there's another aisle. I turn around It was another hat set, and it was the $5 one. I said, bam, that's what I want. Put that one back, got that one, took, paid for my order. I don't know how long I was in this store, y'all. But before I went into the store, New York was moving, right? Because we on 6th Avenue of Americas. You know what I'm saying? We're in the fashion district. We 34th Street shopping, all of that. I come out the store, everything is standing still. Everything's standing still. I got my hat set on. I'm feeling warmer now, about to make my way to class on 5th Avenue. And I get ready to cross the street and I see, I mean, when I say nothing but a bus and all the cars stop and people just stop. And it was just confusion, but I didn't see panic yet. I just saw confusion. I'm like, what's going on? So I'm like, that's at the corner I normally would have crossed. So now I got to cross in the middle of the street. As I'm crossing, there's a body on the ground and there's emergency services there, but not an ambulance just yet. So I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I see a body on the ground. I don't see any blood. I see people attending, so I'll just keep it moving because I don't know CPR yet. I don't know how to help nobody. Let me just keep it moving. I get to the school and they had a TV in the front area. So can you turn that TV on? Something just happened. By the time uh by the time the news came on, by the time the news came on, y'all, I could have been plowed down because an older gentleman in a pickup, no, in a minivan, not minivan, in a van, delivering Steve Madden shoes. Instead of the brake, he hit the accelerator and plowed down a block and pinned people up against the bus. And about 11 people, I think, lost their life that day, right? At the moment in time, I would have been crossing the street. So trust your intuition and trust your body. When I tell you my intuition has not failed me as long as I listen, as long as I listen, Spirit said, you got a mission. You're not supposed to be playing around, you know what I'm saying, with your mission. And if you listen, I got you. But if you don't, you know what I'm saying? So I've learned that was Spirit guiding me to not be at that place and at that time. It was the cold, but I was like, my body was like, get something now. And my husband was like, get it now. He kept stressing me, and I was like, yeah, 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 I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I know where to go. I know. I go in that store, and I was in this store enough time that I had to look around at them prices till I found what I needed. By the time I came out, and I don't think I was in there no half hour. I had time to kill before school because I was always early. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I learned, listen to your body and trust your intuition, y'all. Tell me more, Spirit. And I'm gonna read these cards because these cards have their own sayings on the back, and I really appreciate the thought and the energy that the author that made these cards put in. Notice the blessings. Okay, listen, that's a challenge sometimes for people to notice the blessings. I notice my blessings. I do small ones, big ones, little, insignificant ones. Like, that's a real blessing. I got something to be thankful for. I do. Tell me more, Spirit. Share your gifts. And it's time to rise. Bottom of the deck. Thank you. So, and you're welcome, Isabel. Thank you. Your purpose is joy. Your purpose has nothing to do with how you make a living. That is your vocation, mission, or inspired passion. All worthy, but your purpose is much simpler and bigger. Your purpose is joy. It is about discovering, nurturing, and celebrating who you really truly are, and knowing and loving yourself at the deepest level. Mm, mm, mm. So yeah, that so wait, so So now when you think about this retrograde that we just entered with Venus, which I for some reason thought this was over because we had a retrograde last year. But anywho, think back to 2017. Think back what was going on there. I know I had made a conscious decision in 2017 to end relationships with my father. Then um in 2019 I went back, but that was due to a reading, and I saw maybe one other time in 2020 or 2021 or both. But it wasn't because of him. I went for a birthday party and my siblings. But anyway, yeah, I had to end that relationship. In 2017, I was like, it was a straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I'm no longer interested in putting up with this nonsense. It's just petty. It's going to lead to something worse. And I'm bowing out before the ship go down kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was on that type shit. I couldn't do it no more. I can't. I love him though. Anyway, listen to your body. No matter how bad we feel, our bodies are always working on our behalf to create health and vitality. Meeting your body halfway by acting on the messages it sends you. Whether it's a whisper or a roar, don't ignore what you hear. Listen to your body. It wants the best for you. Mm, mm, mm. And then trust your intuition. It's time to stop seeking advice from others and go inside instead. You know what's best for your body, mind, and spirit. Sit in meditation, walk in the woods, ask yourself what you need and listen. Tune into your inner guidance. When you get a gut reaction, honor it. You have the answers and it's safe to trust yourself. Everything you need is already inside you. Let me tell you something. That was nothing but spirit and my intuition talking. You know what I'm saying? That is spirit's guidance that led me into that hat store and kept me there until I got what I needed, what I thought I needed, or what I wanted, and kept me off of that corner. Okay. Mm-hmm. Listen to your body. No, I meant what I was just telling you to take a nap. Find you a nap some daggone where. Notice the blessings. Gratitude puts us in a position of having instead of wanting, thanking rather than complaining. When we focus on what we already have and take stock of our blessings, we get more blessings. What are you grateful for? Share it with yourself and others. Sometimes I be feeling y'all be, let me tell you something. I wanted to get on live last night. I had no reason to be as tired as I was. But somebody in my energy was tired. And so I went to sleep and couldn't wake myself up. I woke up, but I was like, my mind was in a daze, like, go back to sleep. And I'm like, I shouldn't even be tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I drained? I don't know. So sometimes I know that I pick up on other people's stuff. And so Spirit said, just go with it. I said, all right, fuck it. I'm going to go with it then. Share your gifts. Your creativity positively impacts the world. It's ripe with beauty and innovation. Everyone benefits from your art, especially you. Get to know your talent, talented and amused. Nurture your vision. Your unique gifts are meant to be shared. Speaking of art, y'all, I think maybe for my birthday, I'm gonna finally get a hand tat. I think I'm gonna do it. I've been thinking heavy. I tried to find a tat. Well, we just looked it up because we were in the town where I got the only tat I got. We were in that town, and that I don't think that tattoo shop exists anymore. Um, Plus I don't know the artist there because the other guy he was old. But anywho, I need me a hand tattoo artist that does the numbing. I want numbing because I heard that shit hurt. I gotta find me a good artist. I don't want a lot of color, but I need a little pop here and there. I know what I want, so if you know of anybody on the East Coast that is a bad mamma jamma, recommend them. Somebody who know how to work on brown skin and make it nice. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I know what I want. I think I'm gonna have it on my left side though. Yeah, when I get it though, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Cause I've been wanting it on my hand for a minute now. I haven't played with this stuff. I can't even think of the name. Um, just to see what it would, something on my hand would look like, and it kind of look cute. Um, so yeah, I think for my birthday, that's what I want to do, and I shall have it. Okay, I shall get it. I gotta price it though. I don't know. Shouldn't be crazy though. I might have to draw it myself and give me what I want. But if y'all know anybody, I would say in the Philadelphia, PA, New Jersey area, holla at your girl. Okay, you can inbox me. All right, so it's time to rise. No matter what's happening in our lives, we always have the potential to rise above it. Rising is one powerful choice away. Rise out of our negative thoughts or our limiting beliefs. Rise out of our comfort zone or our complaints. Rise out of our slump or out of the potato chip bag. Get up and rise. What are you waiting for, darling? All right, so when we come out of the other side of this Venus retrograde, there's gonna be some changes in folks' life, because I feel like the courage is gonna build up, the boundaries will be stronger, you know what I'm saying? And folks will be ready. Oh, you do tats, Isabella? Or you got a tattoo artist? Which one is it? We got people in Florida, but we haven't been down there in a few years. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. If that happens, I'm gonna look you up, girl. I'll be like, you know what? Especially in that June area, we gotta see what El Presidente do before I decide to travel within the country. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got to get me I want me a tizat on my hands, and I got somebody. They gotta treat me right. You know what I'm saying? They gotta do me nice. You know. All right, Spirit. What do we need to know this? Britt, I see you. So I'm gonna get to you soon as the collective is done. Um, I won't be much longer. All right, Spirit, give me a message for Brit. Sorry, rewind. Spirit, give me a message for the my collective, my beloveds. Spirit, give me a message for my beloveds. You know, um, in 2017, I ended that relationship and started a new one, sort of new. Yeah, a whole. So ended it with an adult and started one with a child. Ain't that crazy? All right, so we got um. So the past is wishes did not come true. Somebody was dissatisfied. Now this is sorrow. When I see the Nine of Cups, that's giving sorrow energy for me. But in the card it says greed and vanity, obsessed with materialism, bad hosts, self-serving relationships are unfulfilling. So somebody might have been in a I feel like somebody had a selfish individual in their life. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who wanted you to do all the heavy lifting in a relationship, wanted you to do all the extra work. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to do their part. You know what I'm saying? They figure your part, their part, it's the same thing. If you gonna do it, they gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? So this is you got a taker here. Somebody who is just very like, you can do it. And this is and they may have been very materialistic. Um, but there's a lot of dissatisfaction involved in that because the Nine of Cups upright is all about wish fulfillment. Like, I got it all. You know what I'm saying? But wish fulfillment is the key word, wish, right? Because this is like somebody wishing upon a star and then getting what they want with no effort. In the reverse, it's the same no effort, but dissatisfaction. So somebody might have wished upon a star and chose wrong. You know what I'm saying? You ever see them games where people put toss the ball back and forth in their hand, and then they put their hands together, and then they hold their hands out like this, and then they ask you to choose this hand or that hand, which hand got the ball in it. And I feel like somebody chose the wrong hand. They chose the emptiness, and they dissatisfied now. Tell me more, spirit. Listen to your body. Tell me more about that. Mm. Ooh. Yeah, I do hope. I do hope. I do hope. Our babies need to know there is more to life than money. You right, Isabel? Isabella. I'm sorry, Isabel. It's way more to life than money. Money can come with you. If you're grateful, you do get more to be grateful for. Money does come. But if somebody's solely focused on that energy, that's all you'll get, but you won't be satisfied with anything else. Right? You won't have that love, that comfort that comes with having someone to share that with that you can trust. You know what I mean? Tell me more. It does. And what they call that greed, one of the seven deadly sins. You put yourself in a certain purgatory. You're just, I got money, but I ain't got nobody. I can't trust nobody because I got money. But if you come up with somebody and y'all both get it together, or you get it and they support you, it's a different kind of feeling, because now we know how we looked before, and now we know how we are now. There's a trust that's built in it. You know what I'm saying? All right so we got Nine of Swords here. Release from constraints, easing self-centered, self-censorship, less insecure, shame or guilt, regret, letting go of damaging and negative thinking. All right, so I feel like somebody's trying to come out of that energy, um, trusting themselves more. This is giving the energy, like, sometimes I see this as more stress, but I feel like right now this is giving, I'm not gonna beat myself up no more. Somebody's not giving into the anxiety. They're not letting that take over anymore. Okay, maybe they figure, I made a bad choice. Now it's time to change. Now I got to trust myself. Now I got to trust my body. Now I got to trust my mind. And when I did not feel good in that bad situation I chose, I can now feel better. You know what I'm saying? I can now choose different. Tell me more, spirit. Woo! All right. So, they didn't expect this one. Strife, turmoil, Three of Swords, heartbreak, you know what I mean? Disappointment, betrayal, release. Somebody is going through the motions right now. So this Venus retrograde may be a healing for someone to get over any losses that they may have experienced with others. I feel like with others. Also, it's the heartbreak and betraying of yourself, because when you come out of that self delusion, a lot of times you realize you were the one that caused your heartbreak because of the choices that you made, right? No longer, I feel like if this is the case, then somebody is no longer blaming anyone else for their problems, because they know that they are the reason for the problem. That the choices that they made, that's what they experienced, that's what they get. You get what I'm saying? So when when it comes to heartbreak and betrayal, there needs to be a time to heal after that. Okay. So this is in a hidden energy. Somebody's not letting folks know um how heartbroken they are. How they can't get over it. Now this is 11 swords here. It's also giving justice. So I'm sorry, not 11. Yeah. Wait a minute, that's 8 of swords. My bad. Oh, somebody's mind being freed up, but they clear on the betrayal. Yes, 11, 11, I'm sorry, 12, wait, y'all, I can't even count. Yes, 11 swords. So that's giving justice. That's giving balancing energy out. But again, my first thumbnail for some reason that didn't show was talking about sometimes in order to heal, you're going to have to hurt. In order to come out of that situation, you're going to have to grow. What is that? Somebody is releasing or they're having a hard time doing so, but this is about releasing. Somebody is letting go. Unexpected money loss. What is this hanging on my card? There's unexpected money loss. There is you know, the four of coins for me is usually I'm not holding on too tight anymore. Like it's a lack of codependence. It's not necessarily independent. It's just I'm releasing something. I'm surrendering it. I'm not holding it anymore. I gotta let it go. Now that's in the challenge and the lesson. So somebody is trying to find what they want to be, what they should be grateful for. They're trying to find that gratitude for life. They're even trying to find a lesson in why did I have to go through what I went through? Why did I make the choices that I make? You know what I'm saying? The good thing they're coming out of that shame, regret, and guilt and not holding on to that toilet paper torture. But for the most part, somebody's like, okay, it's just time. I've been holding on to this too long. Is you know what I'm saying? And I really don't have much to hold on to because you got 4 pentacles. That's nothing. We still trying to get to the 10. So you holding on to 4 as if nothing will ever come your way again. When there's a windfall waiting for you based on sharing your gifts. Tell me more. And a hard decision had to be made. So, you know, when the 2 of Swords is upright, it is like that stagnant indecision. I don't want to make a choice. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to let you go. I don't want to let you go. I don't want to stop doing this. I don't want to stop doing that. I don't want to make any decisions right now. I just want to have my cake. I want to eat it too. I don't want nobody to judge me. I'm not judging myself. I just don't want to do it. But when the 2 of Swords, as we see here, are in reverse, is given the energy for me, because the card says different, but it gives me the energy of somebody making a choice, a reluctant choice. I didn't want to do it. It was hard, but I got to do what I got to do. Okay. So I feel like somebody's coming out of that I don't want to do it energy and now stepping into that I'm making a choice I didn't want to make. I really have no more choice. It's the lesser of two evils, however you put it, or it's a it could be a reconciliation or a repair. Meaning if they for what I get, somebody chose wrong here. Okay, that's where the sorrow started. And then there's heartbreak and betrayal. Somebody's now completely clear and aware of where that started and who was the problem. Them, meaning the choices that they made, the actions that they took, right? Somebody is releasing whatever they were holding on to, they're releasing it, they letting that go. Okay. And now they making a choice they did not want to make because it has to be done. That's the likely outcome. So, now we're talking not just uh 11 swords. We're talking 12, 13 swords. So this is death energy. This is transformation energy, right? This is somebody understanding that in order to move forward, they have to cut their losses. With these swords, all these swords, they're going to cut their losses. They have to. They're not going to go forward without cutting their losses. So this is like a cord cutting or just some sort of severing of ties with whomever has put this person in that energy. All right, tell me more, spirit, bottom of the deck. Yeah, because on whatever they were dealing with, they were being taken for granted. There were a lot of strings attached. It was just unequal give and take. It wasn't really like they were never going to get what they put into the relationship. And I feel like I learned that too in many of my relationships, y'all. I learned that there's a lot of relationships I'm not getting out, what I put in. Um, my Vesta is in Cancer, is also dealing with this retrograde in the seventh house. And it talked about how much I put into relationships and I don't get back. Now I'm more cognizant of the balance of my relationships. Now I can't always make them balance. Sometimes, those there are others that want to give more than I'm able to give, but it also depends on how I give, right? I have my own talents and strengths that I can lend, and people have their talents and strengths that they can lend. Sometimes they feel equally yoked, and sometimes they feel a little off. It's always working on those things, not taking advantage of people. You know what I'm saying? Also, and not depleting yourself. Sometimes it requires you to take a step back in solitude so you can recharge. I know personally, my social battery depletes out of nowhere. I mean, my Mars is in Pisces, so I got some traits, and then some of it deals with my energy level. How I could go, and then I am just hit a brick wall that I did not see, and it just shuts me down. Like I know it's coming, I just don't know when it's gonna come. Whoo, y'all, you don't know. Sometimes I just be like, where did that slap me in the face and say, sit down? And then my energy is like, I am done. And I'm like, okay. I can't go on no more. No, you're done. I'm like, okay. And if I go into a crowd, let's just say I go somewhere on a Friday night, Saturday, I need to recoup. And the only thing that will keep me going is adrenaline if I have other things to do. But for the most part, I need a day to recuperate from being in everybody's energy. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lack of equal give and take. There's a lack of energy exchange or reciprocity that somebody now sees. That's clear now. It hurt. I feel like that Three of Swords is more about them than it is the other person, because it's almost like I knew better, but I still did it anyway, didn't I? So you hurt yourself. I don't think this person hurt you as bad as you hurt yourself based on conditions and decisions that were made. hmm So we give a lot. We do give a lot, and then it's not that we give a lot and somebody can't give back. That's not it. It's just sometimes what we give is to capacity, and no one knows our capacity better than us. So if we are not honoring that and pulling back when we need to, we mess around and we get stuck, and we can hurt ourselves, right? We can harm ourselves by doing too much. Also, but I just feel like in this particular case, as far as the cards is concerned, somebody made a choice that didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. And Spirit is saying, surrender it. It's time to let it go. And somebody's going with it. I feel like somebody going with the flow now. But I also feel like mentally it doesn't make any sense. Like the head is now over the heart. And the head is like, heart, you keep hurting me. You keep taking me through this heartbreak. I keep listening to you. And now look at us. Look where we are now. So enough is what I'm hearing. Enough is enough. Oh, shit. Too many cards came out. Enough is enough. Like I feel like somebody's like, I'm over this. And I don't want to have to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm done. So we got the strength card in reverse. Fears of confrontation, hold back, soft approach doesn't work. Okay, so somebody so I feel like somebody didn't have boundaries, okay? Somebody wasn't able to be strong and courageous and hold back. Also, I feel like somebody was in a position with, I think somebody who like the other person abused authority, okay? And this person just kind of like allowed this person to do whatever they did. Okay, so even though it was a choice They might have been bullied into a choice, stressed, pressured into a choice. That is why the Eight of Swords is here in reverse, because somebody's coming out of that pressure of shame, regret, and guilt that ruled them at one point. That kept them stuck in their head at one point, but that's alleviating now. So what I'm getting is somebody, bully somebody, abuse their authority over them, push them into a decision they didn't want to have to make, but they made. Or maybe they were happily making it, but it led to nowhere. It just led to nowhere. And now somebody's starting to be more clear as to what's going on in their life, which is good for them, because they're gonna go through this pain and the heartbreak, but really that's somebody being mad at. It's like going through a rebound situation, repeating a cycle with somebody, and only for them to keep doing the same shit they were doing. And then you have to question yourself, like, first they say shame on them because they should have never did what they did to you. The next time it's shame on you because you allowed it to happen again. Okay. So I feel like this ain't one or two cycles. This is probably multiple countless cycles with somebody it's like that straw broke that camel's back, and somebody is now like, yeah, I'm over this. I'm over this. You done hurt me, you done betrayed me. You did the most. Okay. Somebody's releasing that shit now. This is somebody detaching. I feel like it may be air sign energy with all these swords here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It could be one of those. It don't have to be, but it's somebody coming out of their head. Tell me more, Spirit. Tuesday, you still there, boo boo? All right, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So, yeah, somebody took losses. I feel like coming clearer about the situation. Um, Somebody understands where their foundation is and where it's not. Um, Material gains are fleeting. There's no foundation. Okay, that means there's no new beginning in this. There's no grounding. Okay. Um Hold on. You got a grandson, a son, and a daughter? Oh girl. Somebody asked me if I had grandkids yet. I was like, hell no. I ain't trying to be funny, but a 19 and a 14 ain't. They better not. Not right now. I ain't ready for that. I'm still trying to get mommy together, let alone have some grandbabies. Lord have mercy. They ain't ready for that. Falling out of balance, tired of juggling, um, unmanageable, exhausted, needs to focus on one thing. All right, somebody's been juggling. 2 sons, 2 daughters, 1 grandbaby. Wow. Um, yeah, somebody can't that heartbreak kind of threw everything off balance for somebody. You have to drop, so when you receive the 3 of Swords, right? When you get that heartbreak and betrayal, a despair sets in. And there is things that are just going to have to go by the wayside temporarily for you to gather yourself, your emotions, your common sense, you know what I'm saying, just your regular day to day, because you are reeling. Remember, I said as soon as I saw the 3 of Swords, there has to be a healing. That's what the 4 of Swords is about. There has to be a healing that comes behind that. Somebody needs to recuperate. This is why the Venus in retrograde right now is important. She said patience, right? Because as somebody may be going through a betrayal or the understanding that they have betrayed themselves, there needs to be a time period in between where they heal, not run into another situation, but regrouping, so to speak. Clarifying the direction they should go and how they should go and what the particulars about that destination might be. Even if you don't have a destination, regardless of what your next step or next thought would be, you still need to heal. Healing gives you the opportunity to start seeing things clearer, start learning how to navigate trusting yourself, because I feel like somebody made a choice they didn't want to make, but it's really because they didn't trust themselves. So you take it how it resonates. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh wow. So yeah, somebody. All right. So we got mm, mm, mm. We got Dracula mad over here because he dropped his little cups of blood. It says grieving a loss, mourning, regretting the past, self pity, prolonged gloom, looking at what you have and cherish it. So I just feel like there is someone here that is very disappointed in the way things are turning out. But that's normal and natural. Again, with the Venus in retrograde, it is clearing up what is there to be disappointed about. This is giving somebody a time to reflect, okay? Get a certain perspective on a thing, get a grip, excuse me, of their emotions and a grip on their mind. I feel like somebody is like, I'm disappointed. This threesome I had, because it's three cups. It's really 5 cups, but three that spilled. That was a hot mess. Those 3 cups, I thought we were gonna be three musketeers, or we were, we could be buddies, best buddies. It don't matter. But there's disappointment that has set in clearly, and there's 2 cups that are upright and full. This person is so caught up in what went wrong versus what is going right, that they are just so transfixed on those 3 cups on the ground. So that's sadness, despair, and a need for healing. Tell me more, Spirit. 7 of Swords. So, 7 of Swords is easily the card of lying, but it is also the card of strategy. Okay, this is a card of, with 13 swords, right? And now we add 7 more swords. That gives us 20 swords. That gives us judgment. But I feel like when I saw the 7 of Swords, I'm thinking, are they lying or are they strategizing? And I feel like there's somebody here strategizing how to come out of a situation they didn't want to make a decision with to begin with. They know, I feel like somebody knows that they need to be very strategic in dealing with another party, okay, karmic or whatever. They know that they can't let on, I'm leaving or I want to leave or none of that. They can't do that, because the charm and the whining and the victimhood that that person would put on to somebody to roadblock them, slow them down, stop them. Even the rumor mill, they would start rumors on this person if they know who this person was going to or toward or whatever, just to get them to get back into that shame, regret, and guilt energy that they've already come out of. So I feel like somebody's strategizing, y'all. Somebody's making smart moves, but they have to be careful not to get caught, because the 7 of Swords could potentially get caught. Bottom of the deck. And I can't make it up. I was looking at the screen. Judgment, self-assessment, repentance, sin for. Somebody also wants a rebirth. Somebody is strategizing to get a rebirth, to get a new beginning, another chance, right? So again, if somebody chose wrong, that means when you choose wrong, 9 times out of 10, there's a different option that could have been chosen. Because you have no options, it is what it is. That's not a choice. That's that's just really like, there's no alternatives really. But I feel like somebody is judgment. So there is some situation somebody would love to have again, because judgment is in the upright and it's given a rebirth, another chance. Like, listen, I'm sacrificing this for this, right? Because judgment is a card is about sacrifice. It's about releasing something. It's about letting it go. Um, and somebody self-assessing them, right? Sins are forgiven. This is somebody saying, listen, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? You know what I'm saying? I want to heal and ascend this relationship to the next level. Somebody's going through a transition. But remember, I mentioned death. So somebody was going through a death. And now they're going through judgment. And the judgment is that what they determine is they're gonna have to be strategic. To change their mind requires strategy. To change their course of action requires careful planning. Because whatever option this person has, it could be very volatile. You know, I just feel like this is somebody in somebody's life that's just unhinged kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who, how do I put it? They could have what they call it, a type, oh my gosh, what did they call it? It's not neurodivergent. A cluster two personality, I think it is. I don't know. Or cluster B. Yeah, I think it's cluster B personality type, which encompasses quite a few different things. I feel like somebody might be trying to get away from somebody who is unhinged and off the chain. All right, so, all right, we done. I'm gonna do a Akashic record, and we just gonna move on to Brit, and we done for the night. So let me know if this is resonating with anybody. I know it's resonated with Isabel. Anybody else? Is it resonating? Do you understand what I mean? Even if it's not your story. That's okay. All right, Isabel. Mm. You know, I know a person, I know a family like that. The husband is filthy rich, but he walk around like a pauper. He don't want anybody to know he got that much money. He even drove a car to the damn holes in the floorboard. He finally replaced that, but the wife told me all this stuff, and then he would threaten the children with pulling their inheritance anytime they defied him. And I'm like, that child was like 12 at the time. He grown now, but like, wow, they being ruled by money. They got that old Texas money she told me about. I never knew this dude was from Texas. All right, tell me more, Spirit. Release judgment. Says holding on to judgment, whether it's of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world in your path with clearer eyes. This is what somebody got to do. They got to surrender, y'all. Whoever this is needs to surrender a connection, a situationship, whatever it is, a family ship. They need to surrender. It's time to let it go. But this Venus in retrograde is going to take you through a little bit. Somebody's going to show off their chaos and chaotic energy, and you're going to have to let them go so you can heal. Can't make this up. Your body, mind, and soul in a period of deep healing right now. You're going through many transformations at once, and you're being asked to allow yourself to receive the healing you need with open arms and an open heart. Tell me about it, y'all. Tell me more, Spirit. Step back. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. This is why I said somebody need healing. They need that Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about contemplation, healing, pause, step back for a minute, gather your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? This is what that Three of Swords will cause you to need to do. All right. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. So this is somebody really needing that time. That's him saying patience is a virtue. It's like you don't instantly heal and then get what you want. It doesn't work like that. That situationships also need to be healed, right? Tell me more. Wisdom. I can't read around the poem. It said, you've been here before and you know what to do. What I said. This is just repeating, y'all. Anyway, Mrs. Spirit confirming. Yet your fear yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular one, but choose for the highest good in this situation. Somebody need to choose themselves, regardless of how it makes anybody else feel. If you choose, like you know what to do, okay? I'm not encouraging this, but for the sake of doing what you feel you need to do, if you choose a toxic person, to remain with the toxic person because I don't know, maybe y'all have kids together or something, and you feel like, you know, you got to make a sacrifice for whatever reason you feel like you got to make it. You're doing what you got to do for what you feel is the highest good. Now, is that a good decision or a bad decision? One could only know for themselves, right? I'm not really encouraging that. My point is, you will know what to do. Take your time in doing that. Do not rush headfirst into anything because you have to heal before you run to anything. You have to heal before you make a decision about anything so that you're not repeating mistakes. Tell me more. Oh my God. I said this before. Release. So it says you're being asked to release any toxic people or situation from your life. You deserve to be free of all drama, and this is the first step to achieving it. Okay? Listen, collective beloveds, let them go. I know it's hard because of whatever position they had in your life. Your baby daddy, baby mama, your ex-husband, ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? Your mama, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, somebody significant to your life, let them go. If they are toxic and full of drama and keeping you in a lower vibrational state, breaking your heart, stressing you out, let them go. Put up your boundaries. Protect your peace. Make it a priority. And sometimes we think if we're lonely now with them people, we're going to be lonelier because that's what they want us to believe. But 9 times out of 10, your soul tribe will show up when you put yourself first. Bottom of the deck, what is this? And caring connections. A new supportive relationship is on the horizon. It might be a kindred spirit, or possibly even romance. It could be someone new or a deepening of an existing relationship. Open your heart to this new connection. So there's a new connection somebody has, that they want to or they need to be with, to put it this way. Or the two hearts connected will just find themselves to each other to some degree. It's you know, I don't feel like in that lazy 9 of Cups energy, but you might end up talking to somebody and realize I like talking to you. Why don't we talk a different way? Why don't we go, you know, go to a movie, go eat dinner, come to your house, cook dinner, come to your house, cook dinner, whatever the case may be. There's a loving new connection that needs time to nurture it. It needs time. It needs patience. Remember, everything you want, collective, ain't coming instantly. Okay. Some take time. I feel like this is one of those things that is going to take time for somebody. Tuesday, if you're in the building, holla at your girl. If you're not, we will do our side chat because I know you, you know me. We can FaceTime and do that. But let me know in the next minute because I know there's a delay. And if that's not the case, then we're gonna wrap this thing up. And then I'm gonna get with you. Okay, you here? Okay, boo boo. You here, you here. Let me clear my table real quick, real quick. And we're gonna get into that money deck because that sounds like what you need to be talking about. Okay. I see you, boo. I see you. Get into that career. I'm serious, y'all. I was a scaredy cat for a long time. I'm pulling these cards and remember what I said. I'm gonna get my tag. Wait till y'all see it. I can't tell you what it is, but I know what I'm getting. Okay. Mm-mm. I'm hearing in my head right now, share my world. Is that Mary J. Blige? Share my world, don't you leave. Promise I'll be true whenever. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. You can look it up, but I'm hearing that in my head right now. So, that's a message for somebody. Share my world by Mary J. Blige. Black Cherry, can you put that in the comments? Share my world, um, by Mary J. Blige. Oh, wait a minute. If that's Mary J. Blige, if it's Mary J. Blige, I can't remember who that is. Oh shit, what happened to my day? Hold on, some card done flipped around. Just want to shuffle real quick. Cause somebody, anybody, put in the chat, share my world. Cause I want to look back at this, and now I want to look up the lyrics, but I don't want to forget after the reading. All right, Spirit, give me a message for Brittany. What she needs to know about her future career search. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Expression. Open up your heart and connect with others. Oh, I got a message for you too, Britt. So I was watching something and it made me think of you. Um, and matter of fact, this happened to me. But um, when you do your career search and you get your interviews, you're going to have to scale back what you share with these people because these employers are thank you, Britt. They are energy harvesting recently from with the way they're doing it, and there's actually some scams that have been happening too. But what they're doing is asking you how to solve problems because they like what you're saying, and then they don't hire you, but then they take your advice and they use it to solve their problem. So you need to be as generic as possible, with a little charm. You got that naturally, but hold back on that magic that you have. Only give them a hint that it's there, okay? But don't give them the solution because they looking and they doing too much. So just pull back on being, that, you know, that magical black woman that you are. Tell me more, Spirit. We got transformation, change in the natural order of things. Don't be afraid of the unknown. So don't be afraid in your search. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid of branching out to things that you may not have all the experience you think you should have in it. Don't be afraid. One at a time, please, Spirit. Shedding, reducing losses, eliminating. Time to set higher goals. Yeah, you should be going for management and taking no less. I just feel like people keep putting you in situations where they want you to accept less. Spirit say you need to set your sights higher from the time you apply. It should be management, not, oh, I'm going for this management and then accepting an associate type position, and make sure it's real management with real management money. Okay, tell me more. You're gonna have a lot of choices, or maybe, oh no, your choices might be a bit restricted right now because the job market is crazy. All right, so keep that in mind. Whereas we might have many choices before, we don't have so many right now because the market is going to be crazy with all the federal workers all over the country being, what happens, and litigation, and nothing's resolved. That might limit some of your choices, so keep that in mind. Make sure you just look carefully at your options. Tell me more, Spirit. Opportunity. There's a new opportunity coming. Changing the workplace or business trip. Change is coming, and just in time. So all is not, even if your options are fewer than maybe it was a couple months ago, there are some type of opportunities coming for sure. And bottom of the deck, winning. Sooner or later, luck comes to everyone. Don't spend it all at once. So it sounds like you could be winning what you want. Like you could win the position, win the whole situation. It could turn into your favor because opportunities here. Hey, they locked you in, Eba. All right. So that's what I got for you. I mean, it's here. You just take the advice of not being so magical to the point where you're solving problems for somebody who hasn't paid you to solve it. You know what I'm saying? Not letting them energy drain you because they don't. First of all, I'm gonna tell you, one of the things I notice is that people get intimidated by magical people. And so you can't show your magic right away. They're gonna be like, oh no, this heifer gonna come take my job. I can't. So what would you do? Mm, mm. And then next thing you know, we went in another direction. No, 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 no. You gonna give them just a little teasy, tease, tease. You put it in a very succinct way, and they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. But they probably was hoping that you would give them more. Don't give them no more than you actually need to answer the question. That's it. But your opportunity is here, okay, and you winning. So shed that need to overshare or overgive or whatever, and just go straight up and interview. Tell them, well, why did you how this guy put it? He does these real Nigerian dude. It's like, why did you apply for this job? And he's like, you posted it, right? Yeah. Well, no. Why do you think you're a good fit for the job? He said, you posted a job. I had the skills. Look no further. Here I am. Like I don't understand it. What needs to be a thought? Okay. You see my skills, my background. I fit the position. Let's go. You hit them with that kind of cleverness or that kind of charm, but don't give them all that. Don't give them your whole arsenal. They don't deserve it yet. They haven't. They ain't paid you. Yeah. This is the year of solving problems. This is also a year of letting other people solve their own problems. This year, the 9, let them go figure it out. That's where I'm at with it. Go ahead and figure it out. Because you know what? They're better for it. If people solve their own problems, they're not so codependent on you. I had to learn that because I'm quick to solve a problem. Now, I can't make you solve your problem. I can give you suggestions now. I'll give you, I hit you with the, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And this comes to mind. And some people take that welcome and they welcome it. And some people take that and do nothing with it. Once I say it once, I ain't going to drag it on, but we're not going to keep talking about other stuff. And then that same problem pop up and you did nothing, like nothing. Like whether you did what I asked you to do or you found something else to do with about it, if you do nothing, we not gonna have them conversations over and over again. So anyway, let people figure that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Take it how it resonate, y'all. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Ring the bell anytime I come on. You'll be notified. Ting-a-ling-a-ling. So now we gotta look up Share My World, y'all. For real. You're welcome, and thank you, sis. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Now we gonna go Share My World. So, now I need to know the damn lyrics of that song, because I don't know if you've never known this about me, depending on how long you've been on this channel, but I get musical downloads, and that song won't leave me until I learn what it is and I see what what the meaning is. Let me pull up my computer while we here. Before I shut this sucker down, because that's not gonna let me go. And then we going to bed, y'all. We going night night. What you need? You locked up here? They shut the door on you, can't get out? I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell her. All right, hold on. Nope, that ain't what I need. Hmm. Hmm. Whew. All right, Share My World lyrics. All right, so I can't play this, but it will play if I let it. And this is by Rodney Jerky. Is that right? So something flash. Anyway, says, boy, if you stay, I will always make sure that you look to see a brighter day. Don't let our loving slip away. The things you do, they make me feel like there's no one else but you. Promise you'll always be true. Then the chorus is, share my world. Don't you leave. Boy, don't you leave. Promise I'll be here whenever you need me near. I'm trying to read because they got commas, brackets, whenever you. Okay, so she's doing a riff. Share my world. Don't you leave. Promise I'll be here. Have no fear. So there's only 2 verses. To be with you would be like paradise. Everything would be so nice, so right. The joy you bring to me makes me feel so good inside. It's so right, so right. I am so high. Just thinking about you and my feelings, I just can't hide. Oh, let me tell you one more thing, y'all. Okay, listen up. I heard this man say that um suppression kills people more than what do you say? It is one of the number one killers, suppression. So if you are out here suppressing your needs, suppressing your feelings, you need to get into your feelings. You need to express yourself. You need to let it out. You need to surrender some shit, but you also need to express what you feel to who. You also need to let people know how you feel about them. If you don't really like them, hey, listen, I'll F with you like that. But you know what I'm saying? And within reason, you got to let people know how you feel, where you stand. That authenticity will keep you alive, will extend your life. But suppression will lead to your death, right? It leads to all kinds of problems. He says suppression is one of the number one killers. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right. Aw, that's okay, Isabel. One of them days you may catch me on a free day and you gonna be blessed. Black Cherry, I don't know. You and I are gonna connect offline. So y'all, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Y'all gonna have a good night, and I intend to be on tomorrow night. All right. Thank you, thank you. Have a good night. Be blessed. Peace.